Hello everyone and welcome to your online geography classes. I am your class teacher and today we'll start with the chapter Resources Utilization and Development. So can you all tell me what all things are important to you all? What are things you all use in your day-to-day life? The things which are useful to you. Someone might say that the pen with which you all write, books, table, chair, your mobile phone, most important, your laptop, computer, etc. etc. So basically, all the things present on this earth surface which are useful and valuable to us. Okay, so here these two words are very important, which are of your use and which have some value. Okay, these are called resources. हर वो चीज़ जो हमारे ज़रूरत की है, चाहे वो पेन हो, पेंसिल हो, लैपटॉप हो, कंप्यूटर, कोई भी चीज़ जो हमारे ज़रूरत की है जिसे हम यूज़ करते हैं, that is a resource. For the survival of human being, air, water, soil, etc. is needed. Now, all these things are important for survival. Human beings from the earlier times have used all these resources and continuously led to the development of these resources by the use of his skill and intelligence. Without the use of skill of human being, the development of resources and thus the development of civilization would not have been possible. I think you all agree with this. So, first of all, you all will write the definition of resources. So, resources are defined as all the things on the earth which are necessary for our existence on the planet are known as resources. All the things on this earth which are necessary for our existence. Okay, or all the things which we all use and which have value. Why we have used the term which have value? Suppose you can see rocks outside. Okay, rocks are not valuable until and unless we start using it for our benefit. And how we use those rocks for our benefit, for our use, we extract different kinds of materials from them, or minerals from them. We use rocks for construction works, etc. In this way, those rocks are useful to us and they have value also. So they are also a resource. Now, earlier, human being used to settle near the banks of river. Why they used to settle near the banks of river? Because of availability of water. Earlier, the basic need of human being was food and shelter and water. Okay, so human beings started to settle, or human civilization flourished near the banks of river because of availability of water, fertile soil and availability of plain land, which helped them to do agriculture and to settle near the banks of rivers. Okay. Similarly, from Stone Age till now, human beings have continuously shown a very good development in each and every spheres of life. And what are those development? Earlier we used to move, or human being used to move from one place to another place in search of food, shelter and other amenities of life. But nowadays we are well equipped with all the facilities and we are living a comfortable and luxurious life. Thus, it is with the help of development of human skills that we have achieved and we have developed to the extent which we see now. Okay. So write the definition and I'll provide the notes also. So write the definition of resources and I am going to correct your copies later on, and those definition and notes should be there in your copy. Okay. So write the definition of resources. All the things on earth which are necessary for our existence on this planet are known as resources. Now human needs and wants have not been static and uniform. It has continuously changed. आप देखते आ रहे हो जब से हम डेवलप किए हैं स्टोन एज से, जब से ह्यूमन बीइंग सिविलाइजेशन इट इज नोन टू अस, वी हैव डेवलप्ड कंटिन्यूअसली. ओके, एंड व्हाट हैज लेड टू दिस डेवलपमेंट? क्या वो चीज़ है जो कि डेवलपमेंट में हेल्प की है? द फर्स्ट थिंग इज इंटेलिजेंस and you can say skill. So intelligence and skill of human being have helped them to develop and achieve what you all see now. Okay, now next we talk about the utilization of resources. When we talk about the utilization of resources, it means that how we are able to use those resources, or which are the resources which we use. Will you be able to use or extract iron from any piece of rock? No, you won't be. If I leave you in a coal mine, will you be able to take out diamond from that? No, you won't be. So utilization of resources depends upon the technology, upon the skill of human being and several other things. Okay, so first of all let us discuss how utilization of resources, or on what things utilization of resources depend. So first, utilization of resources depend on availability of resources. Utilization of resources depend on number one, that is availability of resources. Okay, what does this availability of resources mean? Availability of resources mean that in order to use those resources, the resources must be available there. Suppose I want to extract, or I want to use certain resource, then it should be available in that region. I want to, if an industrialist want to establish an iron ore company here, suppose in any region, what will he see? That iron ore should be available in that nearby region, otherwise he won't be able to use it. If a rock is rich in bauxite ore and a person will try to extract iron from it, it is not possible. Okay, so the availability of resource is a very important factor for using or utilization of resource. Okay, second is skill of human being. Okay, skill of human being means we, that is we, human being should have the skill how he is going to take out the resource, how he is going to take out the benefit of that resource. And what is the benefit of resource? How can we extract benefit of resource? Suppose I want to do cultivation and I want to use the land resource which is available near my region. मैं खेती करना चाहती हूँ, क्रॉप्स कल्टीवेट करना चाहती हूँ जो मेरे आसपास रीजन में है. The This is just an example, but I don't know how I will start to cultivate this land. Okay, how to start farming this? I am not having the skill. Will I be able to use the land resource? No, I won't be able to use the land resource. So skill of human being is the second most important factor on which the utilization of resources depend. Third is the availability of capital. What does this availability of capital mean? Availability of capital mean that in order to use certain resource, in order to process the resources, you are not going to, you can say that alone you are going to extract the resource and use it. In order to process the resources, there are various steps, and for that you may require labor, you will require technology, and for that you will require first thing, that is capital. So capital is required in order to use the resources even if they are present in the region. Okay, suppose I know, yes, tomorrow I come to know that in the region in which I live, that is having a very rich iron ore deposit. Will I be able to produce some iron ore weapons or utensils? No, I won't be able to use those resources. Why? Because I am not having the skill to extract that iron, and I am not having the capital to establish such a big huge factory and use that iron resource. Okay, so utilization of resources also depend on availability of capital. Okay, next thing is availability of water. Availability of water. Water is also a very important factor, as we all have discussed in the beginning of the video that all the ancient civilization, they flourished near the bank of river. Let it be Indus Valley civilization or Mesopotamian civilization. They all flourished near bank of certain rivers. Okay, because wherever human will go, in order to use the resources, they need to have the basic things which is required for life, that is air, water and land. And thus availability of water is also a very important factor for the utilization of resource. Okay, because industries also, they are set up near the regions where water is present, because they also need huge amount of water for processing. For different stages and processing of resources, minerals, they also require huge amount of water, which is fulfilled by rivers. And the settlement or the area in which persons will live, they also need water for their survival. Thus availability of water is also a very important factor. Next is advancement of, let me wrap it. Next important factor for the utilization of resources is advancement of technology. See, advancement of technology, that is tools or machines. Tools or machines. This is also a very important factor. First of all, if we know that there is availability of certain mineral in some area, we are having the capital also, but we are not able to harness it. You can take the example of the western part of our country like Rajasthan, Gujarat, etc. They are having resources like wind resource, solar energy, etc. which can be harnessed for generation of electricity, but it is not used fully. Okay. So why it is not used? It is not used because the cost of production will be very high, because we are not having the right technology to extract it, so that the cost of production of the electricity will be lower. Okay. So advancement of technology is a very important factor for utilization of resource. जब तक कि हमारे पास इतनी अच्छी टेक्निक ना हो कि हम उन सभी रिसोर्सेस को इजीली अवेल कर सकें एट अ वेरी लो कॉस्ट और एट द कॉस्ट विथ विच द कंपनीज डू नॉट bear the loss. So advancement of technology is a very important factor for the utilization of resources. Understood this? Now last is availability of transport and communication. Availability of transport and communication. This is also another factor which is important for the utilization of resource. If let us once again take one example of Tata Steel. Agar Tata Steel has developed in this area because all the facilities such as availability of resources there. Which resource? Iron ore is present, coal is available from nearby. Then you have Swarnarekha and Kharkai rivers which fulfill the requirement of water. Industrialists are ready to invest money. Okay, we are having the technology also. But in spite of all these regions, if I am giving just an example, if this area would not have been connected properly to other towns and cities or seaports, it would not have well developed railway station, transportation facilities such as roadways, etc. Then what was the use of development of industry in this region? अगर यहाँ का प्रोडक्ट कहीं बाहर जा ही नहीं सकता तो इसका क्या इम्पोर्टेंस रह जाता है? So availability of transportation and communication is also a very important factor for utilization of resources, so that the resources which are extracted at a particular place, it is able to be transported to other areas wherever it is needed and required, and thus it will help in the development of other places also wherever it is required. Okay. So these were the topics which we all covered today. What we all covered? First, the definition of resource, all the things which are useful to us and which have a value. It is called a resource. Okay, and you all will write the proper definition, bookish definition which is given here, which I will share with you. Next, what are the factors on which utilization of resource depends? And next, why human being is also called a resource. Why human being is called a resource? I have explained this. Human being is called a resource because it is with the help of skill and intelligence of human being that we are able to use the various natural products or different resources which are available in the nature or on the earth's crust. Okay. So we'll continue with the classes in the next class.